Canoga Park resident Richard Ma heeded a voluntary evacuation warning as the Woolsey fire charred almost 97,000 acres in November 2018 and was lucky to have friends who took him in. The UCLA sociology major, 17 at the time, felt compelled to do something for others driven from their homes, so he offered to help out at a nearby American Red Cross shelter. Over 250,000 people were evacuated and 1,075 residences were destroyed during the fire. Hundreds who fled their San Fernando Valley communities slept on cots laid out in 2 gyms and a multi-purpose room on the campus of Pierce College. A steady stream of news played on television sets throughout the shelter, one of 9 set up in Los Angeles County. Ma was there as families watched footage of their houses burning down. He stayed up late trying to console people who lost everything. "I was making coffee all night long on my first shift," he said. Simple interactions over a warm beverage or donated meal offered some survivors a chance to vent. Face to face, Ma reassured them they weren't alone. There would be people willing to help them as they embarked on complicated journeys toward security. Ma still volunteers with the Red Cross, currently as a program leader in the Los Angeles region. He said the nonprofit, as well as emergency management and public health officials, will still be there for people if disaster strikes. But as California battles the COVID-19 pandemic while transitioning into fire season, agencies are making significant changes to how they offer relief. Getting more people into hotel rooms, whether via a partnership or giving evacuees vouchers, is a solution relief agencies are exploring. The latter was an option made available to the roughly 700-800 evacuees who fled the Apple Fire in Riverside and San Bernardino counties. Generally, instead of opening shelters, the local Red Cross is prioritizing individual hotel rooms or dormitory-style rooms to make sure people have a safe place to stay during the Apple Fire, and can also maintain COVID-19 safety guidelines, officials wrote in a bulletin posted for evacuees. The spread of COVID-19 may be less likely at a hotel because living quarters there are more isolated than they would be at shelters, where dozens of people could wind up sleeping in the same room together. But in case disaster strikes where hotels are not a viable option, Red Cross officials are preparing to ensure a safe environment at shelters, said Mariam Mohiuddin, a spokeswoman for the Los Angeles region. The Red Cross has stocked up on cleaning supplies, thermometers, personal protective equipment and other items to properly sanitize shelters and stem potential outbreaks, Mohiuddin said. Volunteers and staff are now trained to minimize direct contact with evacuees. "We might be 6 feet apart, but we are still going to be there for them and providing assistance to get them to the next stage of the recovery process," said Ma, the Red Cross volunteer.